Second day of I Like Spectrums. This book doesn't need a song. Sorry. I Like Spectrums. I hope you enjoyed reading it the last couple of days. I wonder if you've noticed anything about this nonfiction book. What are some things that you learned that you didn't know before? I wonder if you could share those. What did you learn that you didn't know before? Let's do some more sound boxes today. Today we're focusing on the sound double E, but we're not going to get to that just yet. What about that? Nah. So you ready? Here's the first word. If I add H-U-N-T, what do I get at the start? Let's sound it out together. Hunt. What if I change that U sound only to an I? What do I get? Did you get it? Hint. Nice job. What if I change that H sound to an L? What do I get? Lint. That stuff that gets stuck in your belly button. Lint. What if I change that next one? I'm going to kind of cheat here. And I add a G at the start. What do I get? Gonna hold on for a sec because I kind of made a mistake, but now I'm fixing it. I get glint. What happens if I change that G to an F? I should get flint. Drop the F. What do I get? This might be a nonsense word for you, but it's real for us. Flit. Like flitter. What if I change that I sound to a double E? Now we're on to double E's. Remember when you see the double E, you say E? Fleet. Like a bunch of ships together. What if I change the F sound to an S? What do I get? Sleet. Now I'm going to change the T sound to a P. What do I get? Sleep. I get sleep. Yes. Next, I'm going to drop the L. What do I get? Seep. Like when something yucky seeps out of your eye. What if I change the S sound to a J? Something you drive. Cheap. A Jeep makes this sound. Beep. And finally, if I change the B sound to a K, what can I get? Keep. You didn't know I was a robot teacher, but I am. Okay, so where did Mr. Krause's head go? Don't worry. Here are 3 words from yesterday. We went like this. But we also found that was a really tricky way to work it out. So another thing you can do is go like this. Stop. And we can break it up into different parts to sound it out better. Spectrum. When we do that helps us use a nonsense word to work it out. When we use nonsense words, it's helpful because we're coming across new words we may have heard before. So they may sound like nonsense words to us, but they're real. And then prism. Take a look at these scrambled up sentences. There are some clues about the order of the sentence. Light, you can see. Casts sun the light. Well, you can see in this top one that light has a question mark at the end of it. So that's probably going to go at the... And then which one of these words would go at the start? Well, it'd be the one with the uppercase letter, because sentences end with an uppercase letter, sentences start with an uppercase letter, sentences end with a period. Boop! Or a question mark. What about down here? What's the word that has the period? What's the word that has the uppercase letter? Can you put them in order? Give it a go. Here we go. Can you see light? The sun casts light. What does the word cast mean? That's like when you throw out a fishing line, you cast it into the sea. Or you might take a bottle and rock and throw it into the sea. Not a bottle. The sun casts light. So the sun is kind of throwing out light all over the place, every direction. Now let's take a look at this. This ends with a question mark. So that tells us that we need to say it like a question. Can you see light? If we say this, can you see light? Then we're not following the punctuation of the sentence. The question mark changes the whole sentence for us. Try it again with me. Can you see light? Did you hear my voice? And here, it's just a period, so we say, the sun casts light. What if I changed it to an exclamation mark? Would that change the way the sentence sounds? Yes, it would. Blue! The sun casts light. Try it with me. The sun casts light. Now we say it with an excited voice. Let's talk today a little bit about sound boxes and how we can break up these different sounds. Now, you may see that in the word band, you have ND, which is a blend. You may see down here in glints that you have GL, which is a blend. You may see in this word, things, that you have TH, which is a digraph. So, which sounds can't be broken up? Well, we could break up band, b, a, n, d, and put all of those sounds into separate boxes. What's a sound that could not be broken up? What about this word? Yeah, the double E. You couldn't break that up. That's one sound. You couldn't go s, n, san. No. It's just one sound. So 2 letters, 1 sound. We will put that in one sound box. Give it a go and see if you can try putting these into sound boxes by yourself. The first ones are pretty straightforward. Here we go. Let's sound them out together. B, a, n, d, band. B, a, n, d, bend. G, l, I, n, t, is. Glints. Should have said s. Here it changes. S, e, n, seen. We know that when you see the double E, you say E. It's a bumblebee party. TH, TH. This is a thorn and that is a thistle. So TH, we would go I, s. Try that sound again. It's a very interesting sound. You take your tongue and you stick it high in your mouth, and the sound is almost at the top of your mouth. Interesting. Things. Now let's use the context of the story and the words all around it to try and figure out what the word prism means in context. So let's read. This is a prism. Prisms are cut glass that can bend light. Okay, so this is the easiest inference because it gives an explanation of a prism. Why does it do that? Because this kind of book is an information book. It tells you something that is true and real. It's telling us facts. So this is a non-fiction book. So thankfully, this tells us the meaning of the word prism. This is a prism, and then right below, prisms are cut glass that can bend light. Prisms are cut glass that can bend light. Whoa, that sounds cool. What about the word spectrum? Well, it goes on to explain. If you bend light, you get a spectrum. Let's look in the diagram to help us understand more about what a spectrum is. This is a spectrum. Okay, so I see like a rainbow. I need to read on to understand the context more of what a spectrum is. Okay, because this is an information book, it tells us a spectrum is a band of colors as seen in a rainbow. Now that we've gone through, we can understand more about what spectrums is. I like spectrums. Didn't I start this with a song? I can't remember. I like spectrums. Well done. It's time for you to go and read this by yourself. Take all those tools that you've been learning today and use them. Happy reading!